But I gotta ask you about someone you used to work for. I've never asked you this
I
question.
didn't know. I didn't know. How many times do I have to answer it?
No, not this guy, not this guy.
Oh.
But
Thanks for the $2. I'll give it to my freak kid night.
Yeah.
But Howard Stern, do you remember that guy?
Yeah. I wish I knew what he was like, though.
Yeah, that would be good. Well, I was Googling the other day on the computer, and I found out about this guy, Donald Trump. Now, are you ready to laugh?
Go ahead.
Okay. You know, Shuli, I was thinking, some people call it a hairdo, but with Trump, I think you should call it a hair dunked.
Dude, we could actually do 2 hours.
Joey C looks great.
Oh, Jesus. So, what I would say is, for about maybe 8 years, a lot of American celebrities were like super mega ridiculously over the top anti-Trump and pro whoever the Democrat politician of the week was. So recently, and I quote me on this because I was reading about it, Donald Trump won the election.
Cut that part out.
Seriously,
Okay,
you go check it. It's good stuff. And Stern has since not become a full-on Trump supporter, but his whole shtick of being like, "Ooh, he's a Yahtzee. You can't do that, Robin. You can't have that guy." To now he's saying, "Well, let's give him a chance and let's see what happens. You don't know, right, Robin? Where's Ralph?" And all that shit. Thank you.
Don't encourage him.
So what do you think of this stuff that Stern has, at a rapidly shocking pace, changed his opinion on the Donald?
Well, I mean, first of all, thank God the question was about Howard, because at first I thought you were asking me about celebrities in politics, and I'm like, does this fucking idiot think I'm a celebrity? Because if I was, I wouldn't be on this goddamn show.
Hey, you're gonna hurt my feelings.
Oh, I'm sorry. Here's Ray doing Forrest Gump to cheer you up.
And that is all I got to say about that.
All right. So the question regarding how, I'm not surprised. I'm not shocked. But like, I just think back to when they had Ronnie, cornered up against the wall. People that have known him for decades sitting there calling him a Nazi and a homophobe because he wouldn't say who he was voting for. And I'll never forget. That was actually one of the days where I'm like, I'm done with this shit, because I wasn't going to get the shots, and I just didn't want to hear it. And I'm like, every day this show's about Trump this, Trump that. We're all going to die from fucking COVID. And I was just like, I'm out. That's it. And that Ronnie thing really pissed me off.
What does that say?
It's Vince giving out my phone number.
Sorry.
It's fine. I literally, he's done it on 17 shows. I've gotten one call. So much pull he's got. Maybe you should do it in court. Maybe more people call.
Oh shit! Fucking roasted. But
what?
Yeah,
Look out.
Oh, speaking of which, check out my woke Christmas jumper.
Ooh, now that's badass.
That's Puerto Rican mommy's husband or whatever she's called herself.
I have a bad motherfucker wallet I can send you if you want.
With money?
Well,
this Bob Levy, he's funny.
Yeah. Well, we were saying earlier that the correct term for the type of person her husband is a. But I'll edit that out in post. But I mean every word of it, bitch. But I just think this sort of stuff of Stern changing track so quickly was really weird, and I think
that's what you should do, even if you don't like that he's like, it is what it is. There's no changing it right now. So instead of running around like you're on fire when nothing's happened yet, try and support whatever's happening right now until shit starts catching on fire, and then you can run around and say I told you so and blah 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 and all this shit,
Yeah, like I genuinely think that the campaign for Harris is the thing that will kill Marvel, because they did that thing where all those actors were paid to do that video, and it's like, but she lost. You're not
Yeah.
actually the fucking Avengers. You were in not another teen movie, and now you think I'm gonna take your advice, you big jerk.
Well, guess the funny thing is, guess how many? Yeah, that was killer. Guess how many people do take that advice and do vote because Don Cheadle popped up and told them, what to do.
That's depressing if people actually fucking go, oh, I
Well,
like
why
that
wait?
celebrity.
Why make the commercials if people
Yeah.
aren't?
But yeah, they
gonna
must do.
respond
Yeah, I
to
guess.
it, right? So, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I always thought it was perfectly fine to abuse and treat trans children as secondary class people until
Yes.
he wore a shirt on SNL that says "Protect Trans Kids." It's like, well, that's all I need to hear.
Yeah.
That's why I love these, and I hate to use foul language, but those silly gooses, okay, that hold up these signs saying "ceasefire now." Like, there's this really great high quality band I went to see this summer called I don't know, Limp Bizkit. Ever heard of them?
Ooh.
They played all of their hit, and then they had Tom Morello as a support act, and during his awful songs, that ball, I hate him. That I think there's a term for him. He's known as a bald.
Yes.
But anyway, he at one point lifted up his guitar and it said "ceasefire now" on the back of it. Guess what?
Everyone sees fire.
No, the exact same killing happened because nobody gives a fuck with Tom.
Maybe they
Morello
didn't see the
thinks.
guitar. Maybe they didn't
that's
see
a
the
good point.
guitar.
Well, to
Too
be
busy
fair,
killing.
yeah, I don't remember Fred Durst inviting any of the Hamas people to the show. So stupid fucking Fred Durst fucked it all up. They wanted to jump around one of their great songs. They've many hits. Name your top 17 favorite Limp Bizkit songs.
I mean, so many. Nookie. But let me change the subject real quick if I can. He was doing some festival. There was some festival out here in the summer, and I took my daughter, and he was one of the acts. And I was like, I knew he was a whiny, whatever. And then he comes out, and it's like in between each song. And then he did the most fucked up thing ever. He starts playing.
He said, "We need rights for," and we said, "No."
My daughter said, "We're out of here." No. He started playing the riff to Bulls on Parade, and everybody's like, "Yes." They're like, "Let's fucking go." Plays it, puts the guitar down, walks off stage. I said, "Motherfucker, man, who the hell do you think you are?"
Thankfully, he stuck to his fantastic solo songs. Shirley, name your 17.
No, I was gonna say he leaned in right at the when the song was supposed to start, and he goes, "Kill Whitey, and I'll play the rest. Good night." And that was it, and he walked off. I was like, "That's harsh, man. I didn't appreciate that."
Here's another one from a friend. Thank you for my legacy and not changing my name. I love that stuff. Well, here's a. Let me just proofread this, make sure I'm not accidentally doxing anything.
Not stuttering, John.
Would you like to read this one out, Ekul?
Shuli Egar, to the rumor that Beth O's first car was a Ford Escort, did anyone ever mention that as a possibility? No, we did not get into people's first cars when I worked there. I was a reporter. I didn't dig that deep.
Yeah, and let's be honest, I wouldn't pay for that her.
But enough about mommy. Next question.
Oh,
please.
shit.
Whoa.
These are jokes. What happened? Dr.
Hey, it's
Double
Christmas.
versus,
Surely, come on. This
Rose.
is a very important time for the three of us. It's Christmas.
Here's another one from Dang Lizard for a
Good
€2.
old Dang.
Thanks for the €2.
Did Melton close merch store, and do you hate Super Tip?
I hope he closed the merch store. We haven't been sharing the link for quite some time, so business is probably going to be slow on there. And do I hate Super Tips? No. Would I set up our shows with it? No, but I don't hate it. I think it's hilarious on Melton's show.
Have you considered doing just the text? Because that would be the exact same as your you'd still read them, you'd still have your intro off your show, and
that's
you'd
a
keep a shit
possibility.
ton of the money.
Yeah, that's definitely a possibility. Absolutely.
Yeah, you don't have to have the voices.
I think it's genius on his part to come up with this system. And, you know, when we were working together, he was telling us about it. And I was like, man, this motherfucker, he's legit. He knows his shit.
But I'm going to ask you as well one more, well, not so much Stern thing, but he was very pro lockdown during that time. And he was so pro lockdown and really enforced those rules, apart from when Bruce Springsteen became available. And
Madonna, I think. Oh, no, Madonna, he did an afternoon show for her. That's what it was.
Let's be honest. He thought that Madonna was a shark wearing a chemotherapy wig. That's why he wanted to meet it. But the thing is with... just recently, Bruce Springsteen was on the Stern show, and he fucking humiliated himself because Bruce was in doing a song called Spirit in the Night. Now, I love that because I'm full-on gay for Bruce Springsteen. I'd suck his cock right now. And he's not, but it's not one of Bruce's like obvious hits. And Stern's going, these are great songs. I love all these great songs. And then he started speaking during the fucking quiet part, and it's like, just be yourself. Springsteen's not going to storm out of the room if you don't know every fucking song ever. But anyway, he also was so pro-lockdown that he not only met the boss, he also went on a vacation with Jimmy Kimmel.
Yeah.
Did you just think that, and I know it's, I'm putting words in your mouth, but who gives a fuck? It's clickbait Christmas.
Everybody else does. Go for it.
But do you think that that this type of Hollywood elite stuff has messed with Stern, and we're going to maybe see him obviously not go back to exactly the way the 90s were because he's aged, but do you think that we're going to see him maybe sort of come back down to earth?
No, not at all. Not one fucking bit. There's no going back an inch for that guy. He, you know, I've said once he got on AGT and people were waiting on him hand and foot, he was like, okay, this mainstream shit's all right with me. And I don't blame him. It's a nice taste after all the shit that he's been through, you know, career-wise. So I think once that started, plus he started seeing people on Kimmel's show that he wanted to get on his show, but he had a history of being a bad boy with these people. So these people weren't going to come on the show. And, you know, I know that bothered him. You know, it was part of the whole, you know, summit meeting that was videotaped was really about getting better guests and, you know, having us do it for him somehow, because like he has people that look out for anyone talking about him, right? Like there's people scanning the internet for articles, whatever, right? Everybody has that. Every huge celebrity has that. So, you know, a Matt Damon, a Tom Cruise, you really got to go mainstream if you want those guys popping on your show. And I think that's the driving force of his show these days is the mainstream guests, the clicks, the views. That's it.
Yeah. Hughezy, can I derail the conversation for a little bit? Is that okay?
Well,
I didn't know. I didn't know.
I've got two hard-hitting questions for Shuli. Okay. First one, do you think Liverpool are going to last the season at top? Do you reckon they got it?
Yes, I think they're going to make some great moves in January.
You reckon?
I think more. Oh, yeah. I think there's players now that weren't sure at the start of the season. They go, who's this bald fuck? You know, John. And then and now look at them. Top of the table. Champions League, Premier League. Come on, dog. Let's go.
Okay. And
they've also the top of the league. So, you know.
That's
correct.
Fucking disgusting, dude.
Yeah, Aaron, I agree with you. That is gross, dude. Go ahead.
Second question, if it's okay. I'm a massive Joey C fan. I know he's part of the Shuli network. He wants to know if you're going to be helping him buy a car.
Absolutely.
He wants you involved in the begathon. and he knows that you're going to be the one that draws the real numbers. So don't worry, Joey. I asked him as promised. I don't know why he's ignoring your calls lately, but it's fine. We got
Turd.
It's not. Listen, take it from a guy who used to talk to people on the phone for a living.
Thoughts.
And want to try some of that Thai bet food? Anyways, you have to have some time for a conversation with Joey.
Yeah,
It's not a
yeah,
quick,
for sure.
hey, just touching base. Want to see how you're doing. Give my love to the fam. Bye. It's never that, you know?
Yeah.
So
I don't
it's like,
blame you, Shuli. I'd
know,
ignore his calls as
you're
well.
not going to believe this. I'm on fire, you know? And then you got to get involved with shit.
Call back
and
to Bruce Springsteen.
Thank you. Whoa, 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 I'm on fire. Thank
Yeah.
you. Joey says
Although
that.
it would be Isu who'd start off the song going, "Hey little girl, is your daddy home?"
Jesus Christ.